Okay, I'm about to go to the gym. I decided we're gonna be doing a triple upload today, and then tomorrow we'll get back into the regularly scheduled programming. We have a whole bunch of games that we need to finish before Pokemon Legends ZA comes out. And here is Ari again with another top of the month for me to add to my list. Oh my god, dude. There's too many games. This year is probably one of the best fan game ROM hacking years, like, in a very long time. I want to say, to be honest with you, this might be one of the ones. This might be one of the, either it's the best one or it's the second or third, but this is definitely one of the best years for the ROM hacking and fan game scene. It's like from everywhere. It's from the Spanish side of the community, the English side of the community, the real indie side of the community that they don't do like the normal Pokemon games, they like the real like offshoot different roguelikes and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of games, dude. And obviously here we are with more games to add to the list of games. Leave a like on the video. Leave a like on the original video. I'm gonna link that in the description section below. Hype the video, sign up on the website in the description, support the boy for $2 a month. It's gonna appreciate it. And with all that being said, real talk, let's get up into it, dude.
August was yet again another incredible month for the Pokemon fan game and ROM hacking scene.
Yes, it
Today,
is.
I'll be showcasing the best Pokemon fan projects that were released or updated in the last 30 days. Keep in mind that this is a monthly
Is that
series,
Rebirth?
so be sure to subscribe to not miss out
They
on
update.
any
I still have this game
Let's
on my.
start off
I'm
strong
sorry.
with a completed ROM hack called Royal Sapphire. Now, at first glance, you might assume that this is just another difficulty hack, with little to no changes to the story or region. But don't worry, because it's much more than that. The goal of Royal Sapphire was to enhance every ounce of the game in a way that still kept most of it feeling like the originals. So, first things first, every single map in the game has received some kind of modification, both physically and visually. Some of these changes are pretty simple with an extra detail here or there, while others are much more drastic. For example, Petalburg Woods is no longer a small yet boring maze
That joint
of
big.
tall grass and trainers, but instead a winding path sprawling with vegetation. The route designs were all incredible and made this version of Hoenn extremely fun to explore. Alongside map changes though, also comes some to the story. You won't find yourself in a narrative completely different from Sapphire's, rather expanded storylines to Team Aqua and Magma, and a handful of extra story-based events around the world. But being an enhancement hack, Royal Sapphire does still have a major focus on Pokemon and battles. Like I said at the beginning, the hack aims to enhance as much as possible while still keeping the feeling of the original game. So it does not include the fairy type or even the physical special split. However, even as much as I like the latter, I think the hack still does a great job of balancing Pokemon in favor of its absence. Although when it comes to enhancement hacks, the biggest worry most people have is if it'll be too difficult for them to enjoy it. And I have to say, I think Royal Sapphire strikes the perfect middle ground of challenging but fair. Most battles can simply be won by solving the puzzle of having powerful answers to your opponent's Pokemon. And while there were some gimmicky trainers, I never felt like I was put in a position where I had to replace my entire team for a single battle. Finally, Royal Sapphire offers a really helpful amount of quality of life. Pokemarts have had their item costs significantly reduced, removing the grind you normally have to put up with, and a lot of Pokemon having their evolution levels modified to feel less tedious to obtain. Honestly, Royal Sapphire answers most of my wants when it comes to enhancement hacks, and if you're someone who's craving a casually challenging experience set in an actually modified region, then it's one I highly suggest playing. But
Okay, now wait a minute. Before we get into the next one, I gotta get my thoughts on it because I'm currently playing through Royal Sapphire right now on the channel. I think, yeah, I gotta record it like right after this when I get back. But I thoroughly enjoy what I'm playing so far. I'm currently at Norman, and from what I've played so far, right, I think that it not having the physical and special split adds to the uniqueness of the game. I think that like it kind of like I had to warp my mind away from what I know works. You know what I'm saying? To like kind of grasp what the game was going for, and I've been enjoying it. It's not like a crazy grandiose modification hack, but it's still a really good game to play for just casual fun. The mon selections are really good. You get them really early, like he said. They changed like the evolution levels for a lot of them. So like there were times when like Pokemon would evolve early, and I'd be like, that's not how that's supposed to work. But I needed it for that specific gym that I was going through, and I like the little like map modifications. The maps are cool. I'm still relatively like early into like the story bits. It's a casual Pokemon experience, right? It's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be the next Radical Red or Emerald Imperium. It's just a casual, fun Pokemon ROM hack. And it's really good. It's actually really well done. It's not like some slop, thankfully. And I remember seeing like so many people, like the creator on Twitter has a tweet that shows like the comments on Poke Harbor, and like, bro, they're like low key being I saw that and I was like, man, y'all are so damn corny, bro. If there's one thing I hate about Pokemon fans, it's racist Pokemon fans. And then I also hate entitled Pokemon fans. Y'all have to be some of the, you know what? I'm sorry. This is the wrong video for that. This is the wrong video for that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But go check out Pokemon World Sapphire. It's an amazing game. But if not, we have a playthrough over here that you can check on the playlist. It's a great. I thoroughly enjoy the game. If you might like it, you watching somebody play it. If you haven't played it yourself, it's really fun. The map changes are like the best things about it. And I think like just seeing Hoenn in the different like light will always just be cool to me. I love Hoenn. That's one of my favorite generations. Emerald's my favorite game of Pokemon. So it's like I like seeing little changes to the maps or whatever, and then just make it harder, I guess, right? That's kind of just what I want. You feel me? That's all you can do at this point. It's an enhancement game. But all right, let's continue.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to talk about an upcoming
whoa, sponsor. It's a sponsor. I remember some idiot, I was reacting to somebody's Pokemon Legends ZA video, and there was a sponsor in the video, and I was like, wait, no free promo. It's against TOS. I'm going to say this right now for all you idiots in the comment section, right? It's against TOS for me to do a reaction video where there is a free or there's like a product placement, there's like a promotion or advertisement or whatever. It's against TOS for me to show that thing in my transformative video, and it could get this channel destroyed. I'm not an idiot. You are. You just don't know. You just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw it was so many comments that were like, oh, why are you, the least you can do, you're reacting to his video, the least you can do is watch his ad. I'm like, that's against TOS, dummy. The company did not pay me to react to react to it. I can't do that. That's not how that works. Why would I give free promo, go against the rules to a company that didn't pay me? That makes no sense. And it's just we losing recipes, bro. I don't want to like go over this. So shout out to these guys. I'm pretty sure this is the same creator of what's that game called? Dokimon. So maybe, I don't know. It looked like it at first, but let's continue on where it's my fault. I just wanted to get that out the way because I know some people are gonna be like, oh, why'd you skip over the ad placement? Because it's against TOS for me to react to it. Please think for a minute, please.
Translated fan game called Pokemon Rebirth, taking place 6 years
this
after
game
the
looks beautiful.
Gold and Silver. You'll play as a brand new trainer who's ready to take part
this
in the
game.
Pokemon Gym.
I have been waiting for. I want you to know I'm waiting for the next update for this game. If the developer ever watches this video or this video, right? Please keep doing what you're doing, bro. Oh my God! If you follow him on Twitter, bro, which you should be following me on Twitter, link in the description, bro. This game looks beautiful. One of the best looking games to come out of this year. And the demo, or I guess like the available, like what you see right there, where it's like a little bit of English. Shout out to Ryzen, of course. I don't know if Ryzen did do Rebirth. Yeah. It's a short demo, so I can't really like touch it like that. But I do want to like, go crazy when the next update comes out, because it is Johto. It looks beautiful. You'll see it.
challenge. The first thing I have to compliment about this game is its visual
This
appeal.
looks-
Not only is the overworld incredibly vibrant, but a lot of liberties have been taken with many of the game's routes to give them much more of a unique identity.
This looks
Outside
beautiful.
of the overworld, though, well, you'll be met with both
Look
the
at-
visually stunning UI and even animated battle backgrounds.
Look at that!
I've got to be honest, out of all the Johto remakes I've played in the past, I think this one is easily the best looking. Obviously, though, good graphics don't automatically make a good game.
That's true.
So, alongside this being the prettiest Johto game I've played, it's also the most story-focused. Like I said before, the plot takes place 6 years after the events of the original games, meaning you'll be wrapped up in new conflicts, involving a mix of classic and original characters. I will say that as much as I appreciate the story changes, and how it actually gives the gym leaders
It stops
a
the
role
pacing,
outside
don't
of
it?
just being an obstacle, I think the current translation doesn't do it a lot of justice. Many lines were delivered without much emotion, and some did even lack any translation at all. However, I'm still grateful that it exists, as without it, I wouldn't have been able to play the game in the first place. What I'm sure all of you have been waiting to hear about, though, is the gameplay. Rebirth contains Pokemon up to the 9th generation,
Ooh.
spread out across the region as overworld encounters. They're incredibly easy to locate, while also adding more detail to the already lively world. But with a massive variety of Pokemon, also comes Radical Mode, upping the difficulty and putting your team building skills to the test.
Whoa!
Although, if you do prefer a more laid-back experience, then you can also just go with normal
We're
mode.
playing Radical
Finally,
Mode. What the
Rebirth
hell?
also comes with a handful of useful
Noah look
QOL
cool.
systems,
Noah look
including
cool.
a rechargeable Pokevial, and even the ability to control which members of your team gain experience from the EXP All.
I like that.
In its current state, Rebirth does only have 4 gyms, but the demo is pretty sizable, and the future seems to take a unique approach of continuing the story in Kanto after your first 4 Johto badges, so I highly suggest at least keeping your eye on the project.
Beautiful
Moving
game.
on, these next 2
Beautiful
segments
game.
are going to be a bit shorter, as they're both for games I've already covered this month. But first up is Heart Gold Generations.
I remember
Right
seeing
off
this.
The bat, this project immediately blew me away, as it's an NDS ROM hack with Pokemon from up to the 9th generation and even Mega Evolution.
My allergies are going
However,
crazy
it
right
should
now.
be
My
noted
fault.
that the hack only adds these new Pokemon as wild encounters, and not onto enemy trainer teams. The project is honestly much more of a
Oh my
proof of
God.
concept rather than something
Hold
like
on.
Radical Red.
Hold up, give me a minute. Okay, we got 6 minutes, or you're 6 minutes in right now. We got 7 more minutes to go. I'm gonna be honest with you all. Hopefully, my nose does not go crazy. My allergies have been going crazy, bro. It's that time of the month, or it's that time of the year, where it's like it's that spring and that fall period that like my joint starts. I even have the air purifier, bro, and it like does what it can. It tries its hardest. It's just not enough. You can't fight Earth? What the hell? I'm not Galactus. You know what I'm saying? What's going
for
on? My
Generation
fault, y'all.
4.
I'm sorry.
And while that may sound a bit disappointing, the creator has actually made the full hack open source, meaning any other ROM hacker can come in and transform it into something else without needing to spend the time importing all of the new Pokemon. But even in its current state, the hack does still have a decent amount of quality of life, and some slight modifications to gym leaders to adjust Johto's low level curve. So if you just want to replay through the Gen 2 remakes with newer Pokemon, then I highly suggest you give it a go. Now, in the same video released earlier this month, I also covered a ROM hack called Garbage Gold, which took you across a modified Johto region with a new storyline. The hack's primary gimmick is that you're only allowed to use bad Pokemon, a gimmick that does play into the game's story as well. However, that project just received a massive update that doesn't just bring in upgraded overworld graphics like you see on screen, but also an expanded Pokédex, a completely custom battle AI, changes to the story, and so much more to the point where calling it just an update is a pretty big understatement. So while I'm personally not a fan of the Trashlock gimmick, I ended up enjoying this upgraded version a whole lot more than I expected to. So if you yourself are questioning whether or not you should play this because of that same design philosophy, then I do still suggest giving it a try, as the story and world are both very fun to explore and play through respectively.
It's so cool that like DS games are starting to like actually show themselves more, and they're like getting actual progress done in their respective communities or whatever. Really fun times we live in right now.
Moving on though, I do have a few honorable mentions I'd like to share. Projects that are currently at a shorter or smaller state, but still deserve to be here. The first one is Pokemon Shriver. This is a pretty simple ROM hack where you play as a new Pokemon trainer and travel across a new region. It seems to have a big focus on exploration though, with a lot of big maps and branching paths. The story in its current state didn't seem all that interesting, but the hack does at least offer a large amount of quality of life, like the EXP all, optional level caps, and even updated learn sets. But while the hack's demo is pretty sizable, it does feel like it has a lot of room to improve, with a lot of placeholder art and a decent number of bugs. Even with that though, I still think it has a good amount of potential for the future. Up next is Pokemon Victory. This is another hack that promises a much bigger focus on exploration in Pokemon battles. And I have to say, it definitely pulls through with that promise. The maps were all pretty fun to progress through with different twists and turns, and the ability to have Pokemon follow behind you. The Pokemon side of the gameplay was even more interesting though, thanks to many of them having their movesets, stats, and abilities rebalanced, an item that allows the storage and distribution of experience points, and even a brand new battle gimmick. I'm happy to say that despite this looking very similar to the default Pokemon Emerald, the hack has a lot of fun and unique features. But Pokemon Victory currently has around 10 hours of gameplay, covering the first quarter of the imagined full game. So definitely keep your eye on it, as the hack will easily be a fantastic experience once it's further along in development. Finally though is Pokemon Chaos Origins. By the same creator of the completed Project Chaos and Visita, Chaos Origins is an open world game that takes place in the brand new region of Tamtera. So of course you can explore the towns and routes of the region in any order you want. With that said, you might also immediately assume that all trainers and Pokemon will scale to your own level, but that's not exactly the case, because while it does work that way for gym leaders and rivals, the rest of the region is actually split into different colors based on their difficulty level. So while you are advised to stay within range of your current team's capabilities, there isn't much stopping you from wandering into zones with much stronger opponents and Pokemon. In its current state though, Chaos Origins is only a 3-gym demo. So if the game's concept seems interesting to you, which it definitely does to me, then I highly suggest at least keeping your eye on it. But now
I still gotta finish Chaos and Visita. Man, dude, it's a long game. I forgot like most of the story. I gotta go back, man. I get to it eventually, but this is a long segment. Oh my god, what is this?
I know
this
many of
Vanguard?
you have been waiting for me to discuss for a while, and that's my own.
Let's
if
go!
you're wondering why I've been pretty silent about it on my channel for the past year, well, there are a few reasons for that. The main reason, though, is that I'd prefer to use my videos as a way to bring attention to other projects, rather than continuously shove my already popular one in your face.
That's fair.
Though, having released our biggest update ever just last week, it's finally time to talk about it. First of all, what is Project Vanguard? Well, it's a story-focused fan game where you play as a brand new Pokemon trainer. Not just any though, because in this game, your goal is no longer to collect 8 gym badges and become the champion. Instead, you'll attend a prestigious academy where you'll train with others and learn how you can protect the region from criminals, strong wild Pokemon, or any other threats that come your way. Being a story-focused game, yes, there is going to be a lot of dialogue and a lot of cutscenes. We've done our best to make sure that you can understand where to go next with the quest system, but I will say that your enjoyment of this game will be significantly reduced if you choose to ignore the plot. Even with that said, there are still dozens of other features Vanguard has to offer, and I think the biggest one would be the existence of about 300 regional forms.
Jesus. 300 regional forms? Somebody asked me, when are you gonna play the new Vanguard update? Because I literally, if you go to like his channel, I'm literally like, go to his channel, go to the community post, I'm literally right under it. And I was like, can I beat this game before Legends EA comes out? Because the original game, it's long. But is it a month and a half long? Maybe in this update, And I already have like 3 videos recorded of this entire like series or whatever. And it's kind of, I thought I would have been further off in those 3 videos, but obviously, like he said, it's more story focused. So of course, if you're not somebody who likes the yapping games, it's not really gonna be for you. But I think the fan made regional variants are like the selling point for this game 100%. Like this game has some really good looking designs, really good looking mons to go with, like, and they all have really good like move pools and stuff. Like I've already gassed it enough in the playthrough, but like from what I've played, I'm about like, I want to say I'm about like 3 hours in now. From what I've played, it's I think this is the best fan game of this year. Personally, I think this is the best fan game of the year. From what I play, I'm only 3 hours in. I had to like restart my entire playthrough. It's one of the best, if not the best. This probably will be number 1 for this year. I gotta go back and look at the other ones for sure, but if not this one, it's the other one. So this will probably be number 2 if the other one's better. Listen, from what I've played, hey, if you're a yapper, if you like to like Pokemon stories and like that, you'll love this game 100%. I love this game. This is, I still remember, and I'm so sorry. We got a whole like 2 minutes left, but I still remember when I think Pokemon Legends Arceus, that month finally finished, right? And I remember I was sitting there, I was like, I need a game to play. I need a game to play. And I went on, I think it was either Relic Castle. I think it was Relic Castle. Yeah. I went on Relic Castle. Rest in peace, Relic Castle. and I saw it and I was like, Pokemon Vanguard looks cool as hell. And at the time, the Vanguard, you can look it up right now if you want to. The title of the video is, let me go grab it real quick. The title of the video is Before Legends or After Legends ZA. Hold on. After Legends Arceus. Play this. Is this right here? Is it this right here? Hold on. Play this. Yeah, it's right here. This is the video. This is right here. This is the video I'm talking about. This right here, the Vanguard you see in this video versus the Vanguard that was there, or that is there, or that you're playing right now, is just not the same. Even the one that, even like the update that came out, like, I think it was like last year or 2 years ago, is vastly different than the version that I played originally. And so, like, obviously, I'm on a new computer now. I don't have my same save file no more. So I had to restart everything. So, new playthrough starts tomorrow. Chat. We got a month and a half to beat it before Legends ZA comes out. It sucks because I can't do after Pokemon Legends ZA. You have to play this. I can't do that. I can't do it again. But it's fine. It's okay. Let's continue. Press A?
Or even just new evolutions to existing Pokemon. Thousands of
I ain't that far yet. That looked beautiful. Okay.
Hours from both our artists and balancers have gone into making them feel fun to use and pretty to look at. This update specifically, every single one of them has received either a balance update or a complete revamp of its stats. And if you feel a regional is missing, unbalanced, or just underwhelming compared to the rest, then understand that this is a far from finished game, with many more changes and new additions to come in the future. But alongside the game being very story-centered, Vanguard also has a big focus on exploration. The last update has been dedicated to giving the player a lot more to do in the overworld outside of the main story, with quests to complete as a Pokemon wielder in training, and treasures to obtain after defeating strong opponents. You'll also
I will say I'm so surprised they didn't do like the Pokeball chest instead of like the brown one in the overworld. It's just surprising.
Met with super fans. These are essentially cosplayers of old gym leaders, representing their identities with their old teams upgraded to fit into Vanguard. I specifically have always tried my best to make sure the player has a lot to do in between the main story, giving them both a lot of rewards to obtain, or just ways they can experiment with new teams in fun and interesting ways. On to quality of life, which is another important aspect aspect to me in these games.
Beautiful.
This game brings you a ton of it. First
Beautiful.
and foremost, the moment you pick your starter, you're handed both the EXP All and an Infinite Repel, 2 items that will save you a ton of time from the normally tedious events in your adventure. Speaking of tedious events, let's be honest, no one enjoys EV training or hunting for Pokemon with good IVs. So as your Pokemon level up, you'll gain EVs that you can reallocate at any point, alongside IV raising gummies available to purchase from the start of the game. With tons of new characters to meet in its story, hundreds of regional forms to capture, and plenty of battles to participate in, I personally believe Vanguard offers an experience much different from many other fan games. But
I think this game, I think Vanguard. I say this. I don't want to gas him. Obviously, I don't want to gas him because we're reacting to his video. But as somebody who has played the original version, the updated version after that, I started playing this version. As somebody who's literally been here, man, Vanguard might be like this. Vanguard might be this generation's like rejuvenation, like. Or I guess this Reborn, because Reborn is, it doesn't matter. This Vanguard might be this decade's like big fan game project, and I think everybody should check it out. Or if not, watch the playthrough starting tomorrow. Anywho, hold on.
It's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe.
Good, amazing. Another amazing video from Ari, of course. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Leave a like on this video, and I will talk to you on the next one tomorrow, where we start Pokemon Vanguard. Bye, y'all.